What's going on, guys? Carter back again here. It's about 1:30 in the morning. Seems to be whenever I do all my videos for you guys. Today's video, like you see, we're going to be reviewing Grizzly, straighten that out there, Grizzly Straight. It is opened. You guys don't get to see me crack it. It was one of those situations where I didn't have any dip, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and open it. But I'm probably going to do a remake of all of these reviews once I get a better camera. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to pack a whip. Secondary discussion for today's video while we let this sit is going to be how to buzz every time. I'm sorry, side note, I love Grizzly. You gotta love Grizzly. That's insane. I'm not going to be packing that, obviously. It's just a waste, really, to pack all of that right now. Break a bit of it off. Not trying to go too big. I don't want to do big. It's 1:30 in the morning. We'll go with a small pinch tonight. Alright. So, like I was saying, secondary discussion for today's video is how to buzz every time when you dip. Now, some of you may not be in favor of this, but those who dip purely for the buzz will probably be in favor. There's a certain technique that I use, and obviously, as anything goes, to enjoy the buzz, you're gonna have to dip less often, and those who like to throw in 10 dips, oh, that's a bit excessive actually, but those who dip about a can a day will probably find this method hard to stick by. Those who have been dipping for a while and are starting to want to feel that buzz, like they, whenever they first started dipping, probably going to find this hard. However, I've only been dipping for about 7 months now, I'd say, and it's not really hard for me. I was never an excessive dipper. The most I've ever been through in a day is probably half a can to 3/4 of a can. I don't dip much. I've never dipped that much. So again, it's not hard for me to restrict myself to, sorry. So the way I do it is I split it up. I generally, I dip 3 times a day. Okay, I'll dip once in the morning. I'll get up. Now there is one difference here. I'll get up. I'll get my coffee. I'll throw a dip in with my coffee. If I need to shave, generally I'll have it in while I'm showering, that kind of thing. If I need to shave after my shower, I'm not going to dip while I'm in the shower, right? I'll wait till I've shaved, because I'm going to throw it in, but once I get out, I'm going to have to take it out to shave, and then I won't have a dip with my coffee. See what I'm saying? So, if I don't need to shave in the morning, I'll just throw a dip in, take my shower, get out, enjoy my cup of coffee with my dip. So then I'll do a dip in the afternoons. Most times if I'm working that day, it works out just fine. It works out perfectly, Most times I work sort of a mid-shift at my job. I'll come in around 11 or 12. If I come in at 11, I'm leaving at 7. If I come in at 12, I'm leaving at 8. And where I work, all breaks have to be done minimum, or have to be done no later than 4. That means the last person to go on break, their last chance to get a break is at 3:30. Generally, that's me. I'm usually always given the option to either go on break at 3 or 3:30. They don't care as long as I'm back by 4. But they push for those breaks. Where I work, they're pretty strict on hours. You could be in the middle of working on whatever you're working on, and your time comes to leave. They're like, all right, peace, have a good day. So, unless you're asked to work more, they keep those hours strict, right? Generally for me, if it's a day I work, it works out just fine. I'll go on break, I'll have myself a bit of lunch, and this is where the types of dip kind of get, more into play. I'll explain that in a minute. I'll throw in a dip when I've got about 15 minutes left on my break after I've eaten. Takes about 5 minutes for that new buzz to set in, and I'll buzz generally for another 5 minutes. I'll probably be about the last 5 minutes of my break without a buzz. But then that's it. I'll get off of work, I'll come home, I'll settle in, take another shower if I feel up to it, or I'll just wait until the morning. Usually depends on how rough the day was. Most times though, I'll come home, I'll settle in, get on my computer, do whatever, play some games, and throw a dip in while I'm doing that. Here's where the size and the type of dip come into play. In the mornings, I'll sit down, throw in I'll just give an example, might as well. I'll throw in a dip. Those of you that don't know, I'm a big Grizzly fan. I love Grizzly. Something about them, I don't know. I prefer Grizzly over any other dip. There we go. So in the mornings, I'll throw in a pinch, a rather small pinch. Probably something about like that. Right, not too much. I'll do more than that, obviously, to buzz. I'll do a little more than that. I have some Grizzly wintergreen. Enjoy that with my cup of coffee. Alright, and then we move on to towards the middle of the day. I guess I should mention this as well. If I don't work that day, my dip can come anywhere between 12 and 3 o'clock. Just whenever I feel like taking a break from life, sitting down and taking a dip. There we go. I'm stuttering. It's 1:30 in the morning, guys. Dude, my can, Jesus. So my middle of the day dip is gonna be Grizzly Straight. What I'm reviewing the video on. I just recently got into this. This is my first can. Which is why I'm doing the review. It's my first can. It's great. I love it. Compared to Copenhagen Straight, I'd prefer this now over that. Copenhagen Straight had been the only thing that I dipped. As far as straights go, this is my new favorite. Obviously, I mean, I'm a Grizzly fan. I dip Grizzly Straight. I'd say it's pretty natural for me to prefer Grizzly Straight now over Copenhagen. So this is my middle of the day dip. Now, I throw in a smaller dip of this in the morning. In the afternoon, straight in general, you're going to need a bigger pinch to get a buzz. So, in the afternoon, throw in a decent sized pinch. Not quite like that. I love Grizzly. Something about like that. Alright, maybe a little more. Maybe just a tad more than that. And I'll get an okay buzz from it, especially, it works out perfectly when I'm on break. It takes 5 minutes, if I got 15 minutes, it takes 5 minutes to set in. It gives me a 5-minute buzz. I got 5 minutes left to kind of just relax, keep my dip in, suck on the flavor. Then it comes to later that night, sometime around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, throw in a dip. Again, because I dipped earlier in the day, I'm going to need a slightly bigger pinch of the wintergreen. I'll throw in about the same size pinch of the wintergreen. This is where the bigger dip of wintergreen comes in. Throw about the same size dip that I did for whatever my middle of the day dip. In this case, it's now going to be the straight, especially if I'm on break. You can do it really with any lower nicotine kind of dip. Mint. It'll work fine. I mentioned in one of my videos Copenhagen Natural. I don't necessarily know that Copenhagen Natural is lower in nicotine, or if I was just dipping it at a time where I was dipping a lot of wintergreen and I didn't really feel it. So yeah, it could be mint, straight, natural, whatever you prefer. I might switch it up. Days that I don't have work and I don't get a break, I'll do mint, just because straight really is just something that is best enjoyed after a meal. I mean, I'm liking it just fine now, but it really is best enjoyed after a meal. That I don't know what it is. but everyone who says it is right. I mean, straights, it's like a dessert almost after a meal. It's just something about eating and having the flavor of that in your mouth. It complements each other really well. But again, it is just fine by itself, like I am doing now. Yeah, that's really it, guys. That's all I can really say. If you do dip more often, if you are a 1 can a day dipper and want to start feeling your buzzes every time, you're gonna have to cut back. You're only gonna be doing 3 pinches a day. Sometimes I only do 2. If I'm working a Sunday, I'm not getting a break because I'm working 9 to 6. It's open and close where I work on Sundays. So I'll throw a dip in the morning. If I wake up on time, throw a dip in the morning. Enjoy that. Get off work around 7 or 8. Have another dip. That's my 2 dips. Not to say that I don't dip more later that night. Usually I will. I do stay up pretty late, as all of these videos seem to be recorded around 1 in the morning. Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, pretty much. So we'll go ahead and move on. If you guys have any more questions about that, just let me know down in the comments. If you want tips on how to cut down your dipping, I could definitely give some tips so that you can cut down and start to feel your buzz more. I'm just trying to line this can up for you guys. Get a nice look at it. Alright, so here's the side of the can. Standard Grizzly can, you know. Every can now, they look the same. It's just different colors is all it really is. Nice kind of, I'd say it is brown, but I'd say there's a hint of red in there, or orange maybe, right? Appearance of the can, I'd give it about a, honestly, I'm going to have to say about a 6. There's really no other color you're going to pick for a straight, but I'm just not a huge fan of the color. So in that I'm going to have to give it a 6. And then packability, packs really well. I'll give it an 8 to a 9. In the lip, well, I'll start averaging out my packabilities. Between the can and the lip. So, can, I give it about an 8. The lip, I'm getting a lot of floaters, but I'm talking, so there's that. I give it about, I'll give it an 8 still. So we'll say packability overall is about an 8. Pinchability, I showed you guys that with the first one. Pinchability's great, always with Grizzly, except for their mint. I don't know what they're doing with their mint. But again, that's probably just because it's more dry. Pinchability is just fine. I'd give the pinchability about an 8 as well. Flavor, it's got great flavor. I like it. I give the flavor a good 9. Solid 9. A lot of floaters. God. Most of it's because it's kind of spilling over my teeth. And it's being picked up from my tongue when I go to adjust it. So overall, I'd have to give Grizzly Straight a nice 8 out of 10. Overall, it's a great dip, great flavor, great for beginners. I know in my beginner dip video with I think it was the Grizzly Wintergreen. I believe it was the Grizzly Wintergreen that I did that with. Or the Grizzly Dark. I mentioned not ever trying it. Now I've tried it, and I'm definitely switching my opinion from the Copenhagen to the Grizzly. I think it has. I want to say it has a better flavor because, in my opinion, it does. But they taste, and it's been a minute. It's been about a month or so since I've dipped the Grizzly or the Copenhagen Straight. If I remember correctly, the taste of that, they have a bit of a different flavor. I don't know quite what it is, but I just know that I prefer Grizzly now, as far as straight goes. Yeah, I'm always going to be a Grizzly fan, honestly. that's it for the video today, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below what you guys want to see. If you have any camera ideas for me, let me know. Nice, cheap, still good quality cameras, let me know. Because I need something better than this. This only shoots in 720p, so it's not the best in the world. Also, don't forget to subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.